Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, and this is your Cannabis Business Podcast. Today, we are here live at the World Trade Center for a multi-state operator panel. Today, my guests include Wes Abney, Justin Ruiz, Jerry Derevyanny, and Kacie Morrissey. Wes is the mad genius behind the Northwest Leaf, a cannabis magazine prioritizing the patient's voice. Co-founded in Seattle in 2010, they celebrated their 100th issue last October, and they'll celebrate their 9th anniversary next month in June. Northwest Leaf, Oregon Leaf, and Alaska Leaf are monthly magazines that cover cannabis from every angle. The magazine has been a leader in providing high-quality journalism, photography, and a web hub for both the recreational and medicinal marijuana community. In July of 2014, Wes expanded with the Oregon Leaf, and in 2016 launched Alaska Leaf, then recently expanded to the East Coast with the Maryland Leaf. Wes is also the co-host of the Leaf Life podcast, as well as a cannabis producer-processor in Washington, Alaska, Oregon, and Nevada, with access to over 1,000-store distribution channel, making cannabis-infused edibles called Leafchews and a medical version called Leafchews. Next up is Justin Ruiz, owner of Hyperbole Cannabis Shop. Justin has been heavily involved in the cannabis space since 1999 when he got involved with HempFest, first as a fellow protester, and then he began supporting the event through vending in 2007. In 2011, Justin established Hyperbole, a medical marijuana dispensary, recently reopened as a 21 and over licensed cannabis rec shop. Justin is proud to have helped pioneer the Washington cannabis industry as we know it today, and has been busy creating a lifestyle brand around Hyperbole, named #1 name in Washington State by the Seattle Times. Last year, Justin and Wes launched a shuttle tour service together called Higher Than a Space Shuttle. Justin, thanks for coming on board. From New York commercial litigator to general counsel of the largest recreational company in Washington State, Jerry Derevyanny is the executive vice president of corporate development and director of Cannex Capital Group. Cannex was founded in 2017 and is managed by a team of experienced industry and capital markets experts who are committed to aggressive, cost-effective growth. Cannex facilitates growth through cash flow from operations, strategic acquisitions, partnerships, and by leveraging the expertise of its experienced operational team. Cannex provides a range of comprehensive and flexible growth options for licensed cannabis cultivators, processors, and or rec shops domestically and internationally, including providing turnkey real estate with operational infrastructure as well as long-term advisory and consulting services. Cannex is a publicly traded company listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange under the symbol CNNX. And remotely, today we have Kacie Morrissey with us. She's the Director of Industry Analytics at New Frontier Data. Educated as an engineer with experience in institutional asset management, Morrissey brings a unique blend of technical analytical abilities, intuitive market awareness, and a high-level understanding of institutional risk management to the cannabis industry. Since joining New Frontier Data in 2015, she's developed economic models to produce some of the most accurate and widely quoted industry market projections in the legal cannabis industry, as well as produce the first preliminary analysis of global cannabis demand. Prior to joining New Frontier, Morrissey was a senior investment analyst at the Hershey Trust Company, where she was responsible for public and private equity investment, due diligence, and analysis for the Trust's $12 billion investment portfolio. Today's multi-state operator panel is hosted at the World Trade Center. The World Trade Center in Tacoma grows trade and investment by providing direct access to the largest business network in the world with 300 offices in 99 countries. The World Trade Center in Tacoma is the lone trade service for the Pacific Northwest. The seminars, award ceremonies, and conferences can generate contacts and contracts. Trade research can clarify opportunities, and their matchmaking can turn those opportunities into trade. The e-commerce export store has partnered with Alibaba and is translated into 18 languages with about 40,000 unique visitors every month, giving your product an opportunity to be seen globally. All right, Kacie, this first question goes out to you. The cannabis industry is quickly becoming big business. Last year, U.S. consumer spending eclipsed $10 billion for the first time and is projected to increase to $23 billion by 2022. Investment activity boomed last year, increasing to $13.8 billion. All this growth comes amidst continued federal prohibition of the industry's staple product. Currently, 33 states plus D.C. have legal medical cannabis programs, and while 10 states plus D.C. have legalized cannabis for adult use. So it begs the question, is 2019 the year that you should get involved in the cannabis industry, or is it just simply too late to jump in?
So I'd say for those looking to get involved in the cannabis industry at this point, there really is no better time than right now. We're still at the beginning of what's going to be a long race. There will be more risk, in entering today than entering tomorrow. But, with that risk comes significant opportunity because these earlier stakeholders can then command a premium for the value that they're bringing to the market.
So part of the reason I believe the market is still so attractive comes from watching the evolution of consumer trends, particularly the evolution of product types and consumer preferences. Consumer preferences are still so immature, and there's significant opportunity to help shape the future of the consumer market, whether it's innovating new product classes, creating effect-based products or experiences, or products that are tailored to produce a highly replicable and consistent experience. It's all still new, and particularly in states that are only just getting their legal markets off the ground. So I really believe that the innovations today are going to lay the foundation for the industry's future growth, and there's still a lot of growth to be had.
Anybody else have anything else to add?
Yeah, one thing that I've noticed over the last decade in cannabis is that there really has never been a ground floor, so to speak, to enter. And this is really an industry that you can enter at any point. And I do believe that, 2019 might be the time to do it, simply being that as federal prohibition continues to kind of end and we get more and more regulated markets and more business opportunities, they're going to go towards larger and larger investment groups, larger and larger capital opportunities. And so the chance to enter as potentially like a smaller, medium scale business, that time is now. For the large, well-capitalized big companies, the opportunity to enter this market is always going to be there. But if you're thinking about this, whether it's investing or starting your own company, I think 2019 is the year to do it, or for sure 2020, because this is going to become such a tremendously large and valuable industry that in a few years it might be out of the reach of say, the average investor, average individual.
Justin Ruiz here, Hyperbole. Just wanted to add that as states go green, it's definitely a great time to get in, but for states that are already kind of fully in, it's a little bit late, like Wes is saying.
My only thing is to really agree with both of you guys, pretty much everybody. Yeah, I think there's still a lot of opportunity out there. I think what Justin is saying is absolutely true. You got to be careful in mature states because you're up against pretty established competition that's been through the ringer before. In other states, I think there's still a definite chance for anybody that has an edge that they bring to the industry or some kind of, something unique that they're doing. I think there's still a huge opportunity set that they can pursue.
Are you able to talk about your current merger, or at least the generalities behind that? Why now?
Yeah, 100%. I can definitely talk about the merger. Why now? Well, the opportunity was right in front of us. We would be silly not to take it. I think both sides realize that. To give you some background, Cannex Capital has a lot of really specialized in, call it back of the house stuff, growing, processing. They understand distribution really well. The founders come out of commercial seafood. They really understand the nuts and bolts of operations incredibly well, especially large scale kind of creation and distribution operations. They've been battle tested, is what we pretty much call it. On the forefront side, they went at it the other way. They've been battle tested on the regulatory side, winning licenses in very competitive jurisdictions, being really good on the retail side, having an unbelievably in-depth understanding of the capital markets. So with those things in mind, we saw such unbelievable synergies, and synergies are, people throw that word around quite a bit, but when we looked at each other, we were like, kind of matching puzzle pieces in a way. And it came together pretty quickly after that. So we're just really looking forward to finalizing that and moving forward. But yeah, that was kind of the genesis of the merger.
And with that, we're out of time. I want to thank my guests for coming on. Jerry with Cannex Capital Group and Forefront, thank you. I want to thank Wes Abney of the Northwest Leaf and Leafchews. Justin, I appreciate you coming out. He's with Hyperbole. Also, him and Wes joined up for the Higher Than a Space Shuttle. And Kacey with New Frontier Data, I appreciate you being on the line with us today.
Thanks so much.
All right, talk to you later.
Kacie.
Bye.
Bye, Kacie.
So with that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is a Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't. And I'm out.